And a pencil.
Man, where are you pulling those pens from, man?
No, elsewhere.
What else got?
Your prison wallet?
The fifth dimension.
Hey.
Oh, little blue tyrant. Yeah, I went to the Seattle Pop Punk Festival last Friday.
I heard that was a thing.
Slamsy was a thing. It was fun.
Who all was playing there?
Well, I went and just stayed for one band. Trash Sound Conglomerate, who are cousins with Denim.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good show?
Yeah, I had a good time.
Good. All right, well, welcome everybody to another exciting edition of Our Town Podcast.
Extraordinaire.
That's some great harmonizing, boys. Coming to you from the historic Renton Civic Theater in beautiful downtown Renton, Washington. Episode 56, boys, if my math serves me correct.
It's almost...
So Sam requested to add me on Facebook. That's why I posted about him last week.
Oh, comedian Sam?
Miller.
Sam Miller. Yeah.
Jeez, all right.
I was like,
nice.
I've met him a few times in casual conversation, but never been like, hey, can I add you?
And he's played here. Yeah.
He's played here a number of times.
Geez, that's some
I got his comedy album from Stand Up Records, who I'd love to have come in. Also love to have Sam come in. But I posted because it was a great album.
Right on.
A really good album. And then Stand Up, as a record company, did a really good packaging job because the album itself was like a blue splatter vinyl.
Whoa.
And then they just threw in tons of extra stuff, stickers and like another mini disc and a bunch of stuff. So
like a mini record disc?
Well, okay. Do you remember back in the day
when floppies or not?
Well, you remember like in the cereal box, you'd get those little fakey plastic, thin filmed records. They threw in one of those from somebody.
I love it.
I haven't even listened to it, but I got to try it out.
Flexi disc, right?
The flexi disc, the ones that are they're rectangle records, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember if this one was rectangle, but I think the ones that they had from the cereal box when we were kids used to have that stuff.
Or sometimes fanzines would have.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that's a hoot, man. Yeah. So this is the name of the record company is Stand Up Records.
Oh,
geez,
that's cool. Yeah, and they just focus on comedians, hence the name. So I'm going to reach out and see if they want to come on the show because I just fascinated. I believe they are, but I think they do. Comedians from all over the country. So,
and is Sam Miller King County? Where's that guy?
He's
Olympia.
He lives in Olympia, but he does a podcast from Nate's super funny comedy club in Tacoma.
Oh,
nice.
They have a podcast studio there.
Well, maybe we can share. We can go down there. And they can come on up here. I don't know.
That'd be cool. I mean, he does a show with Jess Anderson. She's also very funny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll need to reach out. Todd, now that you're good Facebook friends.
Yeah, I mean, I tagged him in that post. Said, "Hey, Sam, if you ever want a podcast, we're here on Wednesdays. At the
that guy's blowing up though. I see him like cruising all over the country.
Sam Miller, geez, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Good job.
He was headlining at the comedy club up in Capitol Hill just last weekend.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Tonight's safe word, boys, if you're feeling unsafe, is bumfuzzle.
What? Huh?
Bumfuzzle. So you just yell out bumfuzzle if you're feeling unsafe.
I don't want to say that word because I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, it is.
This means you're bamboozled, you're confused,
because it doesn't sound like that's what it is. It sounds like it's
bad to worse.
Something else.
It sounds like something.
Give me another bumfuzzle.
It sounds like something you do to a homeless person.
Oh, man.
Bumfuzzle.
Yeah. Yes. Hey, I've got some Sean Connery trivia.
Sean
God
Connery.
Rest his soul, right?
Yeah, how long's that been?
God, when did he die? About 4 or 5 years ago?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, he was filming a love scene in a movie called Another Time, Another Place. It was being filmed in, I believe, London or somewhere in the UK, 1958.
Wow.
His co-star's boyfriend got jealous and pulled and aimed a gun at Sean Connery. And Connery grabbed the gun and twisted the guy, because he was a black belt in karate, twisted the guy's arm and wrist till he released the gun and it dropped. stopped, and then the dude ran off a set and got scared and ran away.
As you do when dealing with Sean Connery.
The funny thing is, so the actress was Lana Turner, who you probably remember.
Yeah.
The boyfriend was a gangster from the United States named Johnny Stompanato.
Oh, man.
And he was a real-life gangster.
Yeah.
Stomp an asshole?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't think his what is it, paisans are around anymore or whatever. But yeah, he was a real-life gangster, criminal guy. And he ended up getting stabbed, I think, by Lana Turner's stepdaughter or something, because they were in a knockdown drag-out fight. So she stabbed him in New York or in L.A. And then short time later, Sean Connery was in Hollywood filming a episode or filming a movie, and he thought that it was possible because this Johnny Stompanato guy died that there would be reprisals from the mob.
Yeah.
So he was like constantly looking over his shoulder. He's talked about this, I guess, in the past. He was like looking over his shoulder because he didn't know somebody was going to come take him out because they thought it was, for that. But just an amazing story that Sean Connery actually disarmed a guy.
Yeah.
Like, you're messing with my girlfriend.
He was James Bond for
he was a badass, right?
And he's never played a soft guy on camera ever.
No, he was the Highlander. He was not the Highlander. He was Ramirez. Yeah, the Spaniard.
He was Egyptian, but he was the only person in that movie who was actually Scottish. And he spoke with a Scottish accent the whole way through, but he played an Egyptian with a Spanish last name.
Okay. I thought he was...
That's a lot.
They called him the Spaniard, right, in the movie?
Well, yeah, because originally he's from Egypt.
Oh, and then
because he doesn't die, he kind of lived in different places, and he got them the name the Spaniard and the last name Ramirez when he was living in Spain.
Yeah.
After centuries of being alive.
It's probably been a good 25, 30 years.
Dude, they're making a new one with Henry Cavill as the Highlander.
Nice.
Really?
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
But like a relaunch then, or
it's a reboot of the original movie. It's like starting over. And God, I hope that Christophe Lambert has a cameo or something, or he gets to play Ramirez. That would be great.
That'd be fun.
I think it would be great.
That'd be fun. Well, speaking of new stuff in the world today, headlines. Lots of new headlines. Did you hear that Trump won New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Pretty ridiculous.
I don't know. I know it's constitutionally allowable to have these weird fucking caucus events and oddball primaries, not on the same fucking day.
Yeah.
But it really does, because when I watched, a portion of it, Mary's mom and dad's, there's like 50,000 people had voted.
Yeah.
And it's headline news and all this kind of stuff. Like 50 fucking thousand people are going to steer everything for 330 million people.
Just ridiculous.
It's weird.
Well, Ron DeSantis has officially dropped out
bye-bye.
and endorsed Trump. Go figure.
He wants to be his running mate.
Lily-livered coward.
Just like Cruz.
Yeah.
I think he wants to be his running mate.
Probably.
No. Yeah. I think he's too ambitious to be the whipping boy.
I don't think Trump will allow it because he talked a lot of shit about Trump. So.
Yeah, well, he'll let him.
I think the neo-fascists would love that though, because DeSantis is like 45 years old.
That's true.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of hoping that after this, he'll kind of fade away because he's a very dangerous human being.
I'm hoping he'll have a gnarly time with his next bath salts. So.
Yeah, he doesn't get to be governor again, right? So he's just going to fade out, dude. Yeah, and he's not so, quick or attractive that he could do a lot of TV stuff.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? This was kind of, hopefully, his last.
Was it Tim Scott in the? I don't know if he's going to retire or whatever, but he could run for Senate, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, the other Scott. Tim Scott is from Carolina.
Rick Scott.
Rick Scott, who's just a poisonous piece of shit. Corrupt piece of shit.
He's the tall, bald.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Ugh, so gross.
Yeah. Well, Nikki Haley has decided to stay in, at least through South Carolina.
If she went South Carolina, that's a huge feather in a cap.
Yeah, I don't see her doing it, but I want her to stay in as long as possible. Make the Trump campaign spend money. Right.
Yeah, and I don't know, because I don't want to see her as a vice president candidate either.
Yeah, man. Well, speaking of, because Nikki Haley family is from India, but speaking of India, a man on a 45-minute flight from Mumbai to Bengaluru, sound right? Got stuck in the bathroom on the plane just a few minutes after takeoff. They took off, but the lock jammed, and the crew could not get him out, so he was stuck in the toilet.
Hey, you just can't depend on Airbus anymore.
No. Well, the funny thing is it was a Boeing 737. Yes. It was called SpiceJet.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a low cost. It's probably like the blue. What is the Blue Jet or the JetBlue?
Sure.
In the United States, but yeah, he got stuck in there, and the crew slipped under the door a note that said, "Hey, we're really sorry. Don't panic." They said, "Don't panic" twice in the note.
Oh, good.
But don't panic. You're going to be stuck in there until we can land this thing and get a crew on to, unlock. They
can't just boot that door in.
I don't know, man.
Those doors
probably didn't want to
wafer thin, because that costs money.
Yeah, it costs money. So anyway, he was stuck in there for the whole flight.
Fuck, I could sleep anywhere.
Yeah, I would.
Even in a Spicy Airlines
spicy
bathroom.
SpiceJet bathroom.
Oh, yeah. And I would squeeze them.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, speaking of spicy,
Kanye. Hey, you ever been locked into any place?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Locked in?
Elevators and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been locked into, like, stuck in an elevator.
I was stuck in an elevator for 30 minutes once.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And it was because where I was working, we had to go downstairs to do our departmental meetings and stuff, because that's where they had the big conference rooms. And on the way back up, someone decided it would be a great idea if everyone, minus myself, decided to jump at the same time when the elevator started to go up.
Yeah.
And got the elevator stuck.
It tilted, yeah. Man.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we were able to not be on the phones for an extra 30 minutes.
Well, that's something. I guess.
Yeah. And get paid, right?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of spicy and stuck, and we're going to have to set up a GoFundMe for Todd for this. Kanye West installed an $850,000 Jaws from, speaking of James
Richard
Bond.
Jaws Keel.
Yeah. Titanium teeth.
Oh, man.
And it wasn't just like a grill. They actually removed his teeth.
No, they did not.
Yes, and put these in. $850,000 titanium teeth. They're fixed and permanent.
Oh yeah, no, they bore into your bone, dude.
They probably look gaudy as fuck, but he doesn't have to really worry about cleaning them. Or,
you still have to worry about your gums, right?
Yeah, I guess you do have to worry about your gums still, but
just Listerine a couple times a day or something.
Fuck, I don't know. That beats me. It's his money. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, because the shit to get was stuck between the titanium in your gums, right? You got to get that.
He's probably got a guy that fucking just goes through his shit like a cleaner rest.
Charles, I would imagine it's one solid piece. It just looks like separate teeth.
Fucking beats me.
No, I think it's one solid piece. Photos? Yeah, they showed a photo. It's just kind of a dull silver.
And nobody's worried about that guy? That seems, I don't know. And when you're a billionaire, normal behavior is different than when you're
$850,000 though, dude. And I'm
that's
sure
cheaper than I would have thought. Actually,
was fine.
Yeah.
Right, but $850,000, and I'm not telling you how to spend your money, Kanye. But holy crap, how many people could you have fed with that?
Oh yeah, but that's not.
That's like one night out with his ex-wife.
I don't know.
It's pretty sad. I mean,
it's
for
just
me,
bonkers. Yeah, I mean that's just the nature of it.
I mean, that's over $750,000.
That's a lot.
Just for teeth.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeez, but that's the nature of inequality.
Yeah.
Right?
That explains why the last photo I saw of him, he was wearing like a mouth guard.
Yeah.
And maybe he did have gum disease. I don't know. So
I don't know. I mean, I've seen pictures
or he just
of
wants
his
something
teeth,
different.
and they look white, like he'd been, for the whitening treatments and stuff. But I mean, I'm not going to comment on his dental because I don't know, but his dental hygiene. But damn, $850,000. That would take me like 7-8 years to make that much.
Oh
it's
yeah,
crazy.
And that's
it would take
spare money,
the rest
right?
of my life to make that kind of money.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, without spending any.
Yeah, without spending any. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to tell somebody what they can do with their money.
No, but
But it just says something about somebody's psychology, right?
I mean, he is well known for
that's a surgery at that point. That's not just an aesthetic thing.
He's well known for being bipolar. So, I mean, he could have...
as a diagnosed.
Oh, yeah. And part of the reason why he and Kim got divorced is because he wasn't taking his meds.
I try to avoid as much news about the Kardashian.
That's about as much as I know about it. So I don't really know much else about it.
My daughter was watching the Kardashians for a while, like the old episodes, and then her and her friend. Did you hear what Kendra?
Yeah, that's one of
the younger sisters. Did you hear what so and so said about so and so? And I'm like, really?
Yeah, because now gossip's worldwide instantly.
Yeah,
right? It's different.
I give her a pass because she's 13. But
yeah.
That's a 13.
She's 7th grade, 8th grade.
8th grade.
Oh yeah.
So that's the way that age is, regardless if you're watching the Kardashians or not.
Oh yeah.
It's probably better she's talking about Kim and Kanye than she is like some kids in her class.
Sure. And they had chicks were reading Tiger Beat and shit back in our day, right?
Tiger Beat.
Yeah, but you had to go to the newsstand to buy that.
Somebody did.
We were getting Guitar Magazine and Cream.
Oh yeah, Guitar.
I was getting Starlog and Mad Magazine.
Yeah, nice. Starlog's good. Remember Omni?
Yeah.
And heavy metal, because you could occasionally see painted boobs. Yeah.
Boobies.
Yeah, Boris Vallejo.
Yeah.
That guy.
No.
Oh, shucks.
Actually, I think the first time I saw boobies was the heavy metal movie.
Nice.
Yeah, sure. So,
that was before
Was that before Porky's or after? That's after. No, that's before.
I think it's after.
Porky's was 82.
Yeah, and I think heavy metal was like
masterpiece.
84. I think
the first boobies I saw on celluloid was Excalibur.
Oh
Remember that? When he gets his what's her face pregnant?
Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah,
he has his own kid.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah.
I was I was sheltered growing up, so I didn't see a lot of things.
Well, once in a while, they were to have like free HBO for the weekend or whatever, and so we would all glom on over to Tom Crowley's house.
My mom had one of those TVs that had an actual instead of how radio tuners you could tune in stations. She had a TV that did that where you could tune in the channels, and I was able to get HBO and.
We had one of those
Playboy.
We had one of those boxes that sat on top of the TV and had a little slider on there,
like A through Z or whatever.
And we learned that if you take the back cover off, the little dial, the tuner dials were in there. So we were always trying to mess with it, and we could never quite get it perfect, but it would give you enough of a picture
for one of the forbidden cables. Yeah.
It's either that or you're watching porn with the line, and occasionally you'd be like, "Oh, look, a distorted boob."
Yeah,
I saw a nipple.
Yeah, my God, so good.
My mom had this. It was like a portable color TV, and she would take it when we go on the boat and stuff. But I would tune in like HBO and Cinemax and all the different channels, and you had to move it just slightly to get it to come in perfect.
Nice. Teenage boys will never know. Today's teenage boys will never know.
Yeah, man, the difficulty of it.
Today's teenage boys just need to know which search engine gives the best results.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Yeah. Asian ass porn.
Oh my.
Speaking of Asian ass porn, Alec Baldwin has been recharged with manslaughter.
It seems weird.
It does seem weird. I think that the DA screwed up so badly a year or so ago in the first go round, and they're trying to save face because everybody's. But again, I'm just everything I hear about the story of this thing. Yes, he was the one that was holding the gun when it went off. But is the actor responsible for what ammo was placed in there?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
It's got to be the armorer, right?
It's the armorer who's responsible for that shit.
So the armorer should be the one to load the gun, and then whatever line producer or
all the testing, all of that should
be double, and then give it to the actor. Do you leave it to the actor to grab the gun?
No, you don't, and that's absurd.
And I've had friends who are like gun people. They go, well, he should have checked before. Like that's not his job. His job is to do the lines and hit his mark and all that stuff. Somebody else's job is to make sure that what he's handed is what he's supposed to have, and that it has the correct whatever it needs, and that's it. He just goes, and that's it.
Yeah. If you rented a car and then the brakes blew out because they, didn't put any fluid in them or whatever the fuck else, they're not gonna. You're not responsible for that, right? That's just how that is. It's like the chain of responsibility doesn't lie at that last person in this case.
Yeah.
But with any time you find a gun, you always check it. You assume all firearms are loaded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he was on set, man.
Right.
It's at his job.
With several lines of defense before it got to him.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really, I don't know why he's being charged in involuntary manslaughter. It's like, I don't know. That seems weird. I thought if he was the producer and he was the one who hired that armor.
He was the executive producer, but then I think that becomes more of a civil thing, and I think he's already paid the family of
maybe.
Well, she was the cinematographer or something?
It's something.
She was like the director of photography.
Yes.
The DP.
I think he's already given them a substantial financial settlement and then made them like co-producers on the movie, so anything that the movie makes goes to her kids or whatever.
Well, that's something.
And it's going to make money because everybody's going to want to see the movie that,
Yeah. It's the same thing with like the Crow. Remember The Crow?
Yeah.
I mean, Brandon died on the set, so the news that he died while making this movie made that movie even more popular.
Sure. Plus, it's a cool movie.
It is a great movie.
Oh, it's a great movie. And that sucked too because the guy, again, the armorer is supposed to clear, so they used a dummy round that got lodged in the barrel, and then the armorer or somebody put in a blank to actually have it, the explosion, the look that it's firing, and he shot the blank, which actually does produce a charge.
Sure.
And it dislodged the thing that was stuck in there,
shitty.
and that's what hit him in the abdomen.
Even, like black powder or whatever, even the wadding can be dangerous, right? It's like,
because it's going at
no, it's
1,200 miles an hour.
Yeah, and you're not far away. Yeah. It's a shame. It really is.
And with the Alec Baldwin thing, as I understand it, the people who were working on the movie when they were not filming took those guns to a gun range.
Oh, well, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, I've heard a few things that maybe the ammunition that she purchased it from, they've found live rounds mixed in with the dummy rounds and stuff.
Well, what the fuck?
But I mean, there's a bunch of different things that have popped
but that
up.
Again, that goes back to the armor.
But and it was the armor and like two or three other people that took it to a gun range and were shooting those guns. They didn't clean or clear out whatever shells or whatever was in those guns.
That's insane.
Yeah. That was what I heard. That could be.
If you're on set, you're not doing anything. Somebody comes up and says, "Hey, Todd, okay, here's your scene. Here's your gun." I mean, do you stop and And it's
how are you supposed to know what is what? It's not my job as an actor to know what a dummy round looks like. Right. It's like that's the armor's job. Right. It's like. Like it's not the armor's job to know my lines.
This is exclusively a thing with movies and acting in general. This is not like my friend who was like into guns and stuff, well, you should always check it. It's like, well, that's not how things are done in movies and TV.
Yeah, I would say in a real world scenario, if Mike handed me a gun,
every single time,
always, check it, make sure the safety's on before he's got to hand it to me.
There's not like 3 or 4 other people who check it in between the two of you. So that's the difference. Yes. I don't see how it's on his shoulders. I thought if he was producer and therefore he hired these people or whatever. But if that's not what maybe he just brought money to it.
I can't think that that's a criminal offense, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's responsible because he's an executive producer, but that's really the only reason why he's responsible.
Yeah.
And you got to feel bad. And he says he didn't pull the trigger. He says he was just handling it.
Yeah, but the hammer was back, and so maybe the hammer slipped out, and then they ran it through some French guy, and who knows, man. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even in the end, that doesn't matter because they handed him something that was not supposed to be handed to him.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I'm not. Yeah. I don't know, but that's I don't know. They can file charges.
I hope
that doesn't mean he gets convicted, right?
I hope he comes out on top on this because he doesn't deserve to go to jail for it.
I think that they botched the original investigation and they brought up charges against him and then they dropped him and then there was something with the DA office screwed something up, so they had to dismiss the charges. But they've been going after the armorer for a while now, and she's been sort of cooperating, I guess. But then they just decided, hey, we're going to go ahead and charge him again. But like you said, I don't think. I
don't know.
I don't think he should be responsible. I think that's the people who are in charge of those props are the ones who are responsible, as far as I'm concerned.
It's not his job.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's awful. It's tragic and awful, right? Because it's a relatively young person.
At the very least, those people should also be under the magnifying glass as far as this thing is concerned. So he shouldn't be the only one going to jail.
I think the armor is,
and I think the producer that handed him the gun has been like a cooperating witness.
Yeah, like pled out, I think.
Maybe so, yeah. I think he faces up to like 5 years in prison.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
And major fines and all that stuff. But.
Geez, how about that dude in Chiang Rai, Thailand, who got 50 years for posting like memes about the king?
Oh, Jesus.
50 years in a Thai prison, bro. Not cool. Where's all the guys? Tyranny.
Not my happy.
Tyranny. That is fucking tyranny, dude. How about in Russia, dude? Putin was putting dudes away for a protest just recently. It's like, and they face like 10 to 15 years just for protesting.
Was that the queer, the gay?
No, not this time.
No, but there's been like, queer pride marches and stuff, and they cracked down on them.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, man? It's 2024.
Yeah. They're trying to put, that's part of the culture wars to push back against the liberal, I'm doing air quotes with my clenched hands, against liberal democracies, right?
Hey, Mike, you might not want to lean back too far because we don't want that coming down.
Our new screen, everybody. Yeah. Our new studio. We moved into our new studio.
Got a brand new drawing. So fun.
I was just like watching it, waiting for it to fall down on Mike.
Billowy. I do like billows. I get decapitated somehow. And it's like, who do we blame? Who's the armor in this case?
It wasn't me.
People on YouTube, comment down below what you think of this setup now.
Yes, please.
How nice does it look?
Yes.
Let us know.
We could get a couple of boobs. Like screen printed on there so people just...
We do have a couple of boobs sitting there.
Naka. Well, speaking of boobs, have you guys heard about Stanley Cups?
Yeah.
Stanley brand, not the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, it's Stanley
brand.
Quenchers.
All right. Yeah, no, they're hot, man.
They're like a hot
My
thing.
niece wanted one, but they're like $60. I was like, no, we're good.
I watched a video where it looked like it was Blue Light Special at Kmart where people were being trampled to get to the cups.
Yes.
Yeah, because they come in all sorts of designer colors.
And they have to get all the colors and all that stuff.
I saw people grabbing 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, because these things retail for like...
Me and Mike saw,
no lie, dude.
Me and Mike saw like a knockoff version of the Stanley Cup at Fred Meyer last week.
Yeah.
I went there to get food, and so did he. And he's like, "Hey, what's up, Mike?"
A woman down in California who I guess is obsessed with them. A 23-year-old woman stole 65 Stanley Cups, worth nearly $2,500.
Whoa!
We should probably call them Stanley mugs.
I think that jumps into felony territory.
Yeah. We should call them mugs because people are going to be like
Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Well, if you guys send us. $125, we will put together our very own Our Town water cup for
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
dude. Yeah, we can. We can make it part of the Patreon. If they go to a different level, we send them a cup.
Yeah.
Post Malone.
I have some Dunce Cap cups, but they're small little plastic ones.
Same thing.
So we'll just put an Our Town sticker over it.
We could
STANLEEY.
Charles, you can even do a level that's like a Dunce Cap level where they get a copy of the game.
Jeez.
And access to the podcast.
Oh man, that's what I'm talking about.
It's up to you if you want to. It's a thought.
For sure. But I guess owning these Stanley Cups has become the ultimate cool girl status on the Instagram.
Oh, is that what it is? Right? I wasn't sure why it was so popular right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
90% recycled stainless steel.
That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, that is kind of cool. And really ice cold for 48 hours.
That's what they say.
I mean, it's like you remember the old Stanley thermos? It's essentially that, but in the style of a mug.
I bet they don't have because the thermos that I used to have was glass lined. Remember those?
It's made the same way. Just the design of the outer shell of it's different. Everything else is the same on the inside.
The guts
of it, yeah.
The 48-hour cold
That's impressive.
Water. That is.
And they're like in all the videos I've seen. It's like, it's still cold, and I put this in here last night at 6 p.m. or whatever, and it's now almost midnight the next day.
Yeah, wow. Because my coffee cup kind of goes from hot to, still I'm drinking it, but it's not pleasant in probably 5-6 hours, right?
It is the
Contigo. My Contigo.
Yeah.
That I got for Christmas.
Nice.
I mean, a long time
ago. Yeah. For that amount of money, I think I'll just.
I got one of those.
Yeah.
I got one of those, and I don't remember the brand of it, but the ones that look like little pony kegs. They're about this big.
That's cool.
It's like a 32. No, it's 40 something ounce.
Nice.
Last you a minute.
It stays cold and it stays hot for forever.
Well, speaking of staying cold and staying hot, did you guys know that the 2024 Razzie Awards have been announced? The nominations for the Razzie Awards.
Yeah, who was the guy who originated that? Like Blackstone?
In the 80s or something?
Yeah. It was a dude who was like... very well dressed, somebody black. So he had a cool handle.
All I know is that what is her name? Speed.
Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock showed up to accept her award.
To accept an award?
That's great. Oh, yeah.
Well, it was a year that she had was nominated for some other awards but didn't win, and
she wanted to take
She went to the show thinking she was going to win, and she didn't. So she's like, well, fuck it.
They were probably like, she didn't win, but they were probably in the back room, like really quick changing her name. She's here, man. We got to get her up on stage.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I would be happy to accept. I think, did Sylvester Stallone ever
I don't know.
Because he's been nominated probably more than anybody.
I don't think he's ever won an actual award, though. Has he?
Razzie?
Razzie, I don't know.
He's crying into $1,000 bills right now.
His movies got worst pictures. So.
So speaking of worst pictures, Todd, and I don't think I saw I saw two of these. Todd's seen more.
I saw 4 of these. I didn't see The Exorcist.
So The Exorcist Believer, Expendables 4. Meg 2, The Trench, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yep.
Do we know which one? Those are the nominations.
No, these are the nominations. Okay. I don't know when the
I hope Winnie the Pooh gets the Razzie.
I know Shazam wasn't terrible.
Shazam was a good movie. I
enjoyed that. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Did you see Michael Gray, the original Billy Batson from the 70s?
I don't know who that would be.
He was the old guy wearing the red and yellow shirt.
I don't remember. I never watched it back in the I
would Shazam ISIS Hour or whatever. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was 70s action hero cheese.
Yeah. I'm glad to see that Jason Statham's on here twice though. Expendables 4
and Meg 2.
And
Meg 2 was dumb, but it was
fun.
It was a popcorn movie. You're not supposed to take it serious, folks.
Yeah.
It's okay. And he's a delight as that. Have you seen Kevin Pollak do Jason Statham?
No.
Oh, it's
Kevin
my God.
Pollak's impressions are always
he's right on it. It's great. Because he says you know what I mean? Or whatever. It's like 6 words that he turns into 1 word. And so it's Kevin Pollak. It's fantastic.
You know what I mean? No, he Kevin Pollak and Maurice LaMarche are the ones who originated Talk Like Shatner Day.
Nice.
It's William Shatner's birthday, and they started doing these videos on YouTube way back when.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
hopefully it's Winnie the Pooh.
It's got to be Winnie the Pooh.
I don't want to kick the little guy, right?
The rest of those movies weren't terrible, but they're probably not Oscar worthy.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe those are the worst films of the year, to be honest.
I don't know what they had.
I think they just had to put names in there so they can still call Winnie the Pooh.
So worst actor nominations were Russell Crowe, The Pope's Exorcist. I did see that. It was bad. Vin Diesel.
His work was bad?
Yeah, he did not act well.
He's just phoning it in these days,
and I think he was trying to play an Italian, and it just, I don't know. Yeah.
How about he is Zeus with his Greek, his Greco accent.
That and
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder,
yeah. So good.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be goofy, right?
In that, Vin Diesel and Fast X.
What? How dare you?
I liked it. I was actually kind of mad that it ended on a cliffhanger. It's like, wait.
It's a part one, right?
Yeah, it's part one.
Okay. Yeah. Chris Evans in Ghosted, which I did see, and I didn't think it was as bad as everybody
I never saw that.
I don't know that one.
But it's on Netflix, I think. It's got Anna de Armas. Is that her name? Anna? Yeah. Who is just...
Not hard on the eyes.
Not hard on the eyes.
Yeah.
We'll go there.
Not hard on?
I don't know who that lady is. What is Ghosted?
She played Marilyn Monroe. She was in... she's been in a ton of stuff lately, but she's very
that's why she's not on this list.
She is on this list.
Oh, is she really?
She's
an actress.
For Ghosted,
yes, she is.
for actress.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
So Chris Evans and then Jason Statham, of course, for the Meg. John Voight in Mercy.
Speaking of just phoning it
even
man.
Here.
That guy's just not into it.
Did anybody the Mercy?
Never saw it. Never even heard of it.
Yeah, John Voight's kind of John Voight, right?
He was good 37 and a half years ago.
I think the last movie I liked him in was the last of the National Treasure movies.
Oh, that's right. He played the dad.
He played
Nick Cage's dad.
Yeah. What was the Midnight Cowboy?
No, Keitel was
that was his whole thing.
Yeah. Keitel was the FBI guy or CIA, whatever it was.
With the company man.
I'm walking here.
Yeah, because exactly.
Hoffman.
But if you're working with Hoffman, especially a young Hoffman, you got to up your game. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure John Boyd is all that good, to be honest.
But he's also a Trump humper too.
And he did give us Angelina Jolie, though.
He did, but I'm not totally convinced she can act either. I think she just happens to be good looking.
Yeah.
Right?
I believe she's a good actress.
Right on. Okay. I'm not saying she's not. I just don't. I haven't seen anything that convinced me.
I think her choices in roles have not been great.
Sure.
Now, I thought she was excellent in the Maleficent movies.
Oh,
geez, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. She was great in those.
For worst actress, we have the aforementioned Ana de Armas in Ghosted. We have Megan Fox in Johnny and Clyde, which I never heard of that movie.
Neither have I.
And you can't pick Selma Hayek because
I'll be mad. Yeah, leave her alone.
Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Those last three should not be on this list.
Yeah,
and Selma Hayek is on the top 10 most beautiful human beings to ever walk the planet.
Actually, all of these women are.
Yeah, that's true. I think.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Actually, yeah.
Jennifer Lopez in The Mother, which I saw.
I don't know that one either.
I saw her one. It was like a shotgun wedding. It's on Prime. Okay. Did you see that?
Huh.
It was a dumb.
With that guy. Yeah.
Josh Duhamel.
Yes.
Duhamel.
Yeah.
He's actually a good actor.
Is that this movie or is that a different one?
No, that's a different one.
This is like an action one where she's a CIA op or something, right?
I did see.
I saw an ad for it.
It is bad. It is a bad movie.
Yeah.
And then Dame Helen Mirren,
God bless her.
No,
God bless her.
She was great in that movie. What are you talking? I mean, the story. Okay, the story was not.
No, but
it wasn't 100%.
But he's the big red cheese. It's supposed to be fun and kind of goofy, right? It's not supposed to be.
It's a little slapsticky.
Dark Knight stuff. Yeah, it is because that's who Shazam is, right? It's always been much more.
He's not Kal-El and he's not Bruce Wayne.
No, he's not.
So I mean,
because it's through the eyes of a 13-year-old boy, right? Yeah. And not Porky's, but that's Shazam. That's kind of the difference, man. Yeah. It's like,
as the character goes, I think that the guy who plays Billy Batson, or not the kid, but the Shazam,
Zach Levi,
Zach Levi, he's great in that.
He's doing great. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, facial expressions.
Yeah,
and stuff
man, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. People
if he doesn't do any more Shazam movies, I'm cool as long as he does another Chuck TV series or a movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And Chuck he was in briefly anyway. And crap, what's the 50s where she's the stand-up comedian? Miss Maisel,
the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Yeah. He was like a love interest.
Potential love interest. Yeah,
it was a great show. Yeah, that last couple seasons were not.
Yeah, I sure enjoyed it though. I really.
It was good though. Yeah.
I'm not mad at any of these actresses. The only one, Megan Fox, I don't know if she's ever done a good movie.
I don't know. And geez.
The first Transformers.
No, she was in Fast.
Jennifer's Body.
She was in. She was also in Expendables 4. She was great in that. She was really good. She does action well, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen Expendables 4, I recommend it because she's the love interest for Jason Statham.
Oh.
And I don't know what Johnny and Clyde, the movie that
I have no idea what that is.
I don't know.
I don't either.
So, and Magic Mike, that's the Channing Tatum.
I've never seen any of them, but either. They're quite popular with the ladies.
Salma Hayek, man, it's Salma friggin' Hayek.
I knew a guy who used to call him Channing Taintium. I was like, really, dude?
Aww.
That's gross.
I got no pay for that guy. I don't know. And he seems to be having fun. And what's the one? Where
this is the end.
Yes. Oh my God.
He's on the leash and the get mask is awesome.
Hey guys.
That movie was so bad. No, there's rumors. There's rumors that he's going to be in Deadpool 3 as Gambit.
Oh. I think he had been Gambit that muscular. Because he's a big dude, right?
Yeah, he's always wearing a trench, so you really don't see his muscle definition.
That's true.
But, he's been trying to make a Gambit movie for, the last decade.
Oh, what did I see that he did succeed in launching? Something that I was really stoked about, and I just forgot.
He was in, Free Guy. That
Channing was?
Yeah, he was like one of the video game players, and he had the mansion with all the cars and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that was Channing Tatum.
Remember him, but he was he did 21 Jump Street
and 22 Jump Street. Those both were kind of
dancing guy movies.
Yeah,
he's done a few of the romantic.
He did both of the G.I. Joe movies, but they killed him off on the second one because he didn't want to do any more of those.
The Notebook.
That movie came out 15 years ago.
He's done a few of those bad dime store novel. I can't think of the author's name, but
he always plays like the Fabio character in most movies.
Yeah, and he was with. Who you just mentioned, Sandra Bullock, and
a recent movie, which that
wasn't a bad movie.
It was essentially Romancing the Stone.
Yes, kind of. Yeah, reversed roles a little bit.
But it's essentially the same story.
Yeah, and Brad Pitt was in that. He was funny.
Yeah.
And then the kid from Harry Potter.
Which
Harry
kid?
Potter?
Oh, Daniel Radcliffe.
Yes, he was the bad guy.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
That was a
good movie.
Silly movie.
Yeah. And Sandra Bullock is, come on.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Sweetheart.
Yeah, just.
Yeah. I don't know.
Didn't she marry that guy from Discovery Channel that made all those weird cars?
The motorcycles.
And motorcycles too, but he did a show called Monster Garage where they converted.
Oh yeah, Jesse James.
Yeah.
I think he's most famously known for motorcycles, but I don't know.
That's how I was introduced to him, was the Discovery Channel show where they converted cars into other things.
I don't know. Do you guys want to talk about some crazy TV show conspiracy theories? And this is not like actual conspiracy theories, but conspiracy theories within the storylines of the show.
Right on. It's all snow globe.
It's all like fan fiction.
Kind of like fan fiction, I guess.
It's
people trying to come up with stuff. But Saved by the Bell was all Zach Morris's dream. And the theory is that during the first season, it was called Good Morning, Miss Bliss.
Yeah.
And then when they went to the second season, they changed the show entirely around. They moved it out of the Midwest, I think Indiana or something, moved it to California. In the first season, Zach wasn't as cool. He didn't get away with all the schemes that he gets away with on the show. His classmates kind of picked on him, made him feel dumb a little bit. But starting in the second season, he was cool, lived in California.
Yeah.
All the girls wanted him. All the guys wanted to be him.
He became Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And so the theory is that everything beyond the first season is his dream.
Nice. Yeah.
Which is kind of fun. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, same kind of thing, that Will Smith is actually really dead. That when he got in that little fight in Philadelphia, he got killed. And so that in the opening song, there's a magic taxi that takes him to Beverly Hills or wherever Bel-Air.
Bel-Air, yeah.
But it was driven by God taking him to heaven, because in the song he's singing about his kingdom as the Prince of Bel-Air. He's that living with Uncle Phil and everybody was actually in heaven, which it doesn't sound as good as the Saved by the Bell.
I don't know. I that whole storyline, I think that's been a lot. I mean, there's also one similar about Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin's in a coma, and his teddy bear or his cat stuffed animal is like his. I don't know, like his angel or whatever. So
like his guardian angel.
His guardian, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was in the town in Ohio where Bill Watterson's from, and he sort of gave up doing Calvin and Hobbes, and he does a few things here and there, but he'll often go to the local bookstore in Chagrin Falls, and he'll sign copies of Calvin and Hobbes books that are in there just occasionally. And I spent a ton of time in that town because I had a girlfriend that lived near there, and we'd go down there and have dinner and all that stuff. And if I had known that, I would have gone in every day. I would have got them all.
I love Calvin and Hobbes.
I did too.
One of my favorite ones is the winter vacation one where he's making all those snowmen in various positions
I know
of distress.
Exactly what you're talking about.
He's like, what? There was a car accident. It shows he built the snowman like as they were getting run over by his dad's car in the driveway.
That's so good.
That's awesome. Well, this one is probably my favorite. It's Gilligan's Island. Is it hell or maybe purgatory?
Purgatory, yeah.
Because the 7 deadly sins are represented. Ginger represented lust. Mary Ann represented envy because she wanted to be Ginger. Mr. Howell, greed, of course.
How dare you? Love it.
Yeah. Professor was pride because he was always trying to know how to do stuff. The skipper was 2. He was gluttony and wrath because he was always mad at Gilligan, and he was a big dude.
You big dummy.
Mrs. Howell represented sloth because she refused to do any work. And then the thought is that Gilligan was really Satan. He was really behind the scenes because he was always dressed in red.
Dude, they should remake that series and actually do that.
And he always foiled any escape that they possibly had.
Actually, they kind of did a show like that. It's called The Good Place.
Oh,
if you've never seen it,
Ted
it's
Danson.
really, really good. I don't want to give anything away because you need to watch it. But it's filmed on the backlot at Universal Studios. I actually got to walk around that set when I was down there. And great show. It's Kristen Bell, Ted Danson, a bunch of other people that I don't remember their names of.
Yeah, the wife watched that whole series.
It was a great show. I don't know why anybody wouldn't watch it. So.
Time, Todd. It's all about time.
I'm just messing with you, Charles.
These two go together, the Flintstones and the Jetsons. So the Flintstones is not really prehistoric, but post-apocalyptic because they mimic modern technology.
So it's a dishwasher.
Like the dishwasher and the record player with the bird that goes down the thing. To try to regain a bit of their former life. And I threw this in because you always see the joke, the meme about what are they celebrating because they're putting up a Christmas tree and stuff.
This is before Christmas.
Christians? Way before Christians, BC, right? But maybe if it's post-apocalyptic, that they remember.
They did do a crossover movie with the Jetsons, and there was some time travel involved.
Yes, so that the Jetsons are actually at the same time as the Flintstones, but they're the ones that were able to escape the apocalypse, and they're living in the Cloud City.
Space Needle.
Yeah, so they're in the floating city and avoided all the problems with the apocalypse, which I thought was kind of funny. This one, because I always watch Murder, She Wrote with Mom, but that Jessica Fletcher is actually the serial killer. Because, get this, there was 268 people, over 200, that died in the 12-year run of that show.
That's a high...
in a town... Cabot Cove in Maine, which maybe had about 3,500 residents. Yeah. So they killed off like
it's 7%,
12% or something. I don't know what it equates to. Oh my God,
it's great. And not only is she a murderer then, but murderess, excuse me.
Murderess.
But she's framing all these other dumb motherfuckers. Yeah. So innocent people are also going to the chair. She's tripling up on it.
She's so good because she probably convinces them that they actually did it because at the end they're like, and I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for this old lady, right? Kind of a thing. But she uses her gentle British demeanor to throw people off her trail. And I don't remember her being British in the show.
Yeah.
Did she have a little...
I've never seen the show that I can remember. Yeah.
I remember watching it as a kid, but it's been...
I do like me some Angela Lansbury.
Yeah. So that was kind of a funny one that she... And I always thought about that, too, is how many fucking people live in this town?
Yeah.
Because it would be the murder capital of
she's
not only the U.S., but the world.
She's not wandering the planet like, a do-gooder, right?
Right. She's not like Kane from
It's all the same town?
Right. It's all the same.
Man.
There may have been, I think there was a crossover where she goes to Magnum P.I. in Hawaii.
Nice.
I think there's some other weird crossovers.
That's
but for the most part, the 268 people died in Maine. Right? You'd be like, great. I'm never going to Cabot Cove.
Yeah, no way.
You're going to die.
I mean, highly probably.
You're like a red shirt, right?
Yeah.
It's murder for sure. And then this last one, Sesame Street, that the Count actually feeds on the children of the show.
Oh my!
And there wasn't a whole lot to support this, other than the children are Sesame Street are constantly replaced as the Count lures children into his lair with the promise of fun teaching of math.
Oh my God!
And then he feeds on them.
So wait, the Count is Pennywise?
No, the Count is an actual vampire that has stayed young because he feeds on the children of Sesame Street. Because they're constantly replacing the kids.
And Murder, She Wrote.
We did that one.
And I was going to say, because that was another set that was at the back lot at Universal. Nice. It's actually, if you've ever seen the Jaws section of the tour, it's on the other side of that lake, that pond. That's where they filmed.
That's where she threw the corpses.
Yeah, Jaws ate them.
And just had Jaws eat them.
Jaws get rid of the evidence. He's fucking diabolical.
Yeah, that's awesome, though.
Angela Lansbury and a Manchurian Candidate is one of them.
Angela Lansbury is Jaws.
Yes.
Angela Lansbury as Jaws.
As Bruce the Shark.
Yeah, she's good. She's that good, people.
Yeah.
God.
Do you think she'll make a guest appearance on our Hot Rodders of the Apocalypse?
Can anybody do that voice?
I don't know. She's every voice.
You have a buddy that has some skills.
My buddy Max. Yeah.
Is he in the area?
No, he's in Indiana.
Maybe we could have him record stuff.
We could sure try.
Yeah. I'm looking for an Elvis Presley preacher as one of the bad guys.
Oh man!
I'll feel a little. That was one funny thing they did in the Teatro Zanzani. People don't know I went to that this weekend, but this guy comes out and he's playing a preacher, but he's the chef, and he's actually got a cookbook. He's got the joy of cooking instead of the Bible. But he goes up to a guy that's in a chair and he's like, "Son, how long have you been in this chair?" And the guy's like, "I don't know, about 20 minutes." And he goes, "That's a long time. I'm gonna get you out of this chair."
So good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Just ridiculous, but awesome. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
I was thinking about another gang, the Karloffs. Like there's some genetic deformity that gives them all like blockheads, so they look like Frankenstein's monster.
Do they?
So they're the Karloffs.
The monster.
So they all kind of talk like. Oh, sorry, that was Boris. That was
more.
The other creepy guy. Yeah, I'll work on my Karloff.
Karloff does kind of sound like that though. He's the voiceover guy for The Grinch That Stole Christmas.
Oh, sure is.
That's true.
Yeah, no, Karloff's great.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything new in your guys' life that you want to share with the non-studio audience?
That Scoffs album.
Yeah,
I totally
right.
just
we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, started listening to the Scoffs, a local rock and roll band, because I had bought their album EP. Talk is Cheap on the Bandcamps. So the Scoffs, Scoffs, and listen to it loud. You're not going to be mad about it.
Okay. So, and you described it as sort of a punk rock Motley Crue, right?
Yeah, if Motley Crue were good.
Okay.
Hey now.
I know. That's a place where you and I part ways, Todd. I still love and respect.
Granted, there's a lot of their albums that aren't really good, but they have all the songs that are on their best of are really their best songs.
Right. Yeah, but if I wanted to listen to Motley Crue, I'd listen to Johnny Thunders or some shit instead. Yeah. Right. So.
But
I once in a while. If it comes on, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, right on. And I'm not saying anymore. But I really like Scoffs. I kind of fell into it and listened to it. Yeah. And that's what I do, is I'll grab something and just listen to it over and over and over and over. So I'm in that right now.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. And you saw them at...
I saw them at Slim's because it was a Stiff Little Fingers cover night or something.
Okay.
So Lonnie Bristol's band, Dreadful Children, was there. And they were fun. They're really good at their job, and these guys played. And so then I bought their record on the way out the door. I hadn't listened to it. That was probably 6 months ago or something. So
hard media or just
No, the Bandcamp. Okay. They do sell it. They've got an LP and a CD and such of it, but I just bought the download.
Right on. Huh. What about you, Todd? I know you've been watching the show that we're going to do on our Art Take. The bonus stuff, but...
I'm just sitting there thinking, because you're talking about Bandcamp, and there is a musician that I like. Hold on a second. I'm trying to pull up his Bandcamp. The Great Luke Ski.
The who's he, what's he?
The Great Luke Ski.
The Great Luke Ski. Is that all one? Luke Ski?
Yeah.
Luke.
Well, his first name is Luke. And Ski.
Luke.
Oh, okay.
SKI?
SKI, yeah.
All right.
And I think it's just lukeski.bandcamp.com, but that's what I'm double checking here. About a month ago, he put everything on his Bandcamp page, and I bought the entire catalog for $50.
Badass.
And he has gotten a lot of his songs on Dr. Demento's show.
Oh.
And I don't think that's his. Let me find his Bandcamp.
Is Dr. Demento still around?
Yeah.
Like he himself, or his program lives on? Geez, that's fantastic. The guy's been around for mass. Huh.
Yeah, The Great Luke Ski is his name, and I'm trying to pull up his Bandcamp. Yeah, it is just Luke Ski.
Who was the cool song guy we had at Gong Show? That just kind of brought the house down.
Yeah, we got to get him for the next.
That guy knocked it out of the park.
It's not wanting to load for some reason. Why?
No offense to the other winner.
Well, yeah. I mean,
wasn't our choice.
No, we're not judging.
But I was on the floor.
Yeah. This is why I suggested him, because every time he plays those songs, the whole place just like erupts with laughter.
Yeah, no, it's
lukeski.bandcamp.com. For some reason or another, it's not wanting to load up on here.
What would you describe him as?
Well, it's on Dr. Demento, so it's like funny music.
But they're not parodies.
A lot of them are, but he about 15 years ago started doing his own stuff.
All right.
But initially he was doing song parodies of everything. So examples of his song parodies are my favorite one is Insane and the Brain, which is a parody of Insane in the Membrane, or by Insane Yeah. So, it's a song, Cypress Hill, but it's about Pinky and the Brain.
Nice.
And he does the voices of both Pinky and the Brain singing.
Not easy. That's great.
You know, and he also does the what was it? It was a parody of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but it was Insane Clown Posse.
Nice.
Right on.
I don't know. That's a good cross-pollination anyway.
Yeah. Actually. That's actually how I discovered him in the early 2000s. I was starting to get into ICP, and I found these guys and this guy, and I'm like, God, this guy's really funny. He's probably not the greatest singer in the world, but the content of his music makes up for his lack of singing skills.
How many songs were in that catalog that you purchased?
Oh, dude, he has like 20-something albums.
20 albums?
Jeez.
Well, I don't know if they're all...
But a bunch. Like more than 100 songs?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a great...
He has... In fact, you know what? I'll do this, guys. He has all of his music on Spotify. I will share the playlist of all of his music from Spotify on our Facebook page.
Jeez, all right. And I don't know this, but I feel like I've been told that Bandcamp is better for the artist than most other.
Yeah, and you can get hard copies of the music as well as digital.
Many times, and I have done that a number of times, but I didn't in this last particular case. I don't know. I like Bandcamp, and I think it's fairly easy for me to navigate because I'm an old person, right? And it's easy for me to get, and I don't know.
And a lot of times when I'm buying independent artists, I get it off of Bandcamp.
Yeah, and I'm just a free Spotify guy. I don't have the Spotify pay channel or whatever, so I've never been able to purchase or help besides bouncing to somebody's Patreon, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like that, which, hallelujah, but you know what I mean? It's not the same as...
Yeah. I always go to an artist's website to figure out what they're doing rather than buying it off of Amazon or something like that. Enough. Give them the try first because they're always going to make more
I would think so. Yeah. I would think so, yeah.
Yes.
So is that what you would recommend our fans to do there, Charles?
Well, go to Patreon or go to the members only section of the podcast website and sign up to be a member to get all kinds of bonus and exclusive material.
Do it.
Yes. Just like we're doing tonight, we're in our bonus round, we're doing our top 5 songs of all time. So each of us are going to give our top 5 songs.
It'll be of today for me.
I will make a Spotify playlist of all the songs and I'll put it in the comment to the video of that bonus content.
Nice. And then after that, and also in the bonus area, we're doing our take, which is movie and TV reviews. We're doing After Midnight on CBS or Paramount, wherever you get your CBS products.
Paramount Plus.
And then that is a late night, sort of a game show for celebrities. It's a fun...
I wouldn't call them celebrities. They're all comedians.
Yeah. Well, they're all somewhat famous. There's a couple of famous people in every episode.
I literally only recognize 3 of the 8 or 9 people that I've seen so far.
All right.
Well, one for each show, right?
Pretty much,
yeah. It's kind of
and it's different guests every time.
Yeah. Doug Benson was on last night's episode.
Nice.
And he actually was like the reigning king of the original series. He won every single episode. He was really bummed when he didn't win this one.
Nice. So we'll be chatting about that in the bonus areas. Going along with the sharing stuff, I recommend going over and checking out our friend, a friend of the show, Kyle McCurdy's got his Epic Tetrix on Spotify.
Yep.
He's been cranking out some a lot of different things, and
it's music that you know the dude making that music. He's a smart person.
Yeah, and he's been in a lot of funk and jazz bands in the past. He's a drummer. He grew up sort of playing the trumpet and stuff. But he's one of those guys that can play friggin' piano. He can sit down at the piano and start hammering. He'd pick up a guitar.
Jelly.
I know, it's me too.
At least he's good looking. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I know, you can't have it all, Kyle. Reel that shit in, bro.
Kyle.
Reel it in.
Kyle. You better double like this episode because we're talking about you, bro.
Yeah. And we could have that guy in quarter. I'm sure he's busy, but So are we. But he could be on quarterly for us to pick his brain on.
Oh, yeah. He's happy to come on anytime. It's just, it's mostly because he's got a week on, week off with the kid. So it's just sort of balancing that. And then, his girlfriend is a world-class flamenco dancer, Amelia. And she's got a lot of stuff going on, too. So,
right on.
So
flamenco's neat, too.
Yeah,
jeez.
Yeah, she's really good. And
if he ends up playing flamenco guitar, I'm going to be pissed.
No, right. That's a whole
it's unreal.
Amazing. Amazing. But she put together, they've got a little band. They've got 3 instrumentalists and then her and another dancer. And they've been getting gigs all over the Northwest. So.
Fantastic. Yeah, they had one in Kent, right, that we were going to go to.
The one at the park. Yep. That was different. That was some folks that she's worked with in the past that were happened to get a show.
That's not the band she's in today.
No, not the band she's in today. Right on. I went and did a photo shoot with them 2 months ago or something, but they're cooking.
Right on. Yeah, neat. And I'm glad that's a thriving art form.
Yes.
Right? Dance in general, of course. But flamenco is really neat.
Yeah.
Huh. That means flamingo in French.
Does it?
No.
Because it's the tall. It's the tall legs.
It's the bird.
Well, because this is we're going into a musical thing with our top 5 songs, I figured ending on something positive. Friedrich Nietzsche said, "Without music, life would be a mistake."
Wow.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Nietzsche.
Man, because I normally...
Nietzsche. Fuck off.
But isn't that completely
That's
true?
Great.
I mean, without that,
no, I said something
art.
about that.
Art
I said,
in general, right?
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
And I saw a Stuart Copeland quote where something about music's the only art that makes a physical response. Like an unconscious physical response.
Yeah, that's true. I mean...
Because nobody's like at the Mona Lisa going...
That's true.
Maybe somebody is.
Maybe somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tear up at a painting.
Yeah, I think you get an emotional response, but not a physical.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, yeah. I would say that's what makes art is that emotional reaction. That's you know what I mean? That's why it's cruel for computers to do it.
Right.
Right, because they're toying with our emotions.
Fucking Skynet.
But to get, a physical reaction from art.
Yes.
Right? Besides, nausea.
Nice. Well, hopefully you'll get a physical and an emotional reaction to our bonus rounds. Go check them out now. r-townpodcast.com members only section or Patreon, which is French for please give us some money.
Patreon.com/ourtownpodcast.
Yes. Anything else? Anything else positive, boys?
Jesus, sir, I'm glad everybody's
There's something else I wanted to say, but I'm drawing a complete blank. So,
all right. Well, you'll think of it in the bonus round, and we'll just
maybe not.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we will see you same bat time, same bat channel next week.
Thank you.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you think this episode is worth $1 or $5, the boys would love to have it. Please go to ourtownpod.store for merch or to donate now. For less than a cup of coffee, you can also join the website in the member-only area for exclusive bonus content, blogs, and more. It's just $3 a month or $30 a year. Thank you for listening to this production of Our Town Podcast Extraordinaire.